Hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited to announce this today. I know there's a whole bunch of you that have been waiting on this. I forgot my laptop. That's all right. I don't think I need it. I think I'll be able to look at the comments on here. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So today I'm announcing yet another giveaway. And I know a lot of people were asking, like, Mandy, how come you're able to, and how come you do so many giveaways in your business? And I really felt like this morning I was just going to tell you guys the truth, like the whole truth, like why I do so many giveaways in my business. There's two reasons why, and there's a very specific reason why I'm doing this giveaway today, this morning. And how I do it is also very intentional. Everything that I do is very intentional. Good morning. I can see people on, but I can't see anyone saying hi. Say hi to me. If you're new, make sure you let me know where you're from. Let me know it's your first time so I can come say hi to you. I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of new people on this one. Okay, so the truth is, the reason that I do so many giveaways in my business is because it feels really good. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Cecilia. So curious to know the giveaway. I do understand why you do it. Yes. It feels really good. It's a ton of fun. It's an incredible way to reach tons of new people. You know, I know that a large portion of those people will probably never move forward and invest in my company, but there's a percentage that will, right? Like that 10%, that 1% of people that resonate with my voice and that are just all in and ready to invest in themselves, they move forward in the business. So it's a great way to expand my business. But 99.999% of the reason I do it is because it's fun and because I love you guys and because I really like to give gifts. I like to do surprises. And I like the energy of it, and it's a whole lot of fun. Good morning, Maddie. Good morning, Shannon. Hi, guys. Hi, Heidi. Oh my God, thanks for being here. Okay, so here's the deal. I ran a program called Happy and Wealthy, and it was the most transformation that I've seen people have in an incredibly short amount of time, consistently throughout, unanimously. Like, there was 2 different groups. I think the last one I ran was 40 something people in the group, and everybody had massive breakthrough. And you guys will see on the private link that we send you guys, you know, the testimonials that are on there, and just, I mean, they showed up, they loved each other. It was powerful. And here's how I designed the program. The way that I designed the program was basically going from, like, this is just super blunt, right? Like, I'm just going to say all the things right now. When I was like 4 years ago, I was living in a basement apartment, and the kids barely, like, my daughter didn't even have her own bedroom. She shared a bedroom with me. Maybe it was like 4.5 years ago. And then I was on welfare. I was working, you know, just really trying to get by in life, trying to understand how to do anything any better. All I really ever knew was being a nanny, making $400 a week. You know, I went to school full time, and I was working hard. This wasn't for lack of working. Like, I was digging myself to the bone, 18-hour days, like struggling, striving just to like put food on the table for my family and figure out how to also advance myself and how to pay for school and how to do all those kind of things. So what happened was I launched myself headlong. For those of you who maybe don't know, I began as a health coach, and I became a business coach after that because my health coaching career my business was doing so good. My peers were like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how are you having so much success? And I was like, I don't know, let's sit down together and let's see like what the difference is between you and I. That transitioned into becoming a business coach for the most part. So along this way, I did something that almost nobody around me did. Not because when I was in the Marine Corps, I got expert on the rifle range. My brother did not, okay? I hope my brother sees this because I still laugh about it. Now, my brother obviously had shot BB guns and all this stuff his whole life. I didn't ever do anything. I never shot anything. The reason why I was so successful is because I had no bad habits. I literally just listened to the people in front of me and said, do this, do this, do this. And I was like, okay. I didn't have any preconceived notions in my head of like, no, it has to look like this or it has to be like that. It kind of was like that when I launched into my business. I heard someone tell me everybody ahead of you who's successful had a mentor. And I was like, okay, get a mentor. And then I heard people say, you're never going to feel ready to invest in the mentor. Okay, I'm not going to feel ready. Just do whatever it takes. Okay, if you are willing to do whatever it takes, you will be successful. Okay, be willing to do whatever it takes. And I literally did this, okay? So I launched from the very get-go as a woman who grew up, you know, all I knew was welfare, very, very limited income, you know, total chaotic kind kind of life, anxiety meds, antidepressants, like tons of trauma and drama in my history and my background, like literally like so much, right? Just like so many of the people that are doing life like this with me, like like a lot of stuff that you guys have been through. So as I began this, I launched in, and I didn't feel ready. I got a mentor, I invested, and I started learning from the greatest minds in our field. And I started just absorbing this stuff and implementing this stuff and stumbling my way through and screwing it all up and then getting better on the other side, and I continued to put pressure on myself to be required to expand as a human being. So what I learned was to go from the woman that I was to the woman that I am today. Obviously, concepts and the way that I believe really, really had to expand and grow and change. Like exponentially, the way that I believed and the way that I perceived things and the boundaries that I had in my life and the standards that I had in my life, all of those had to shift tremendously. I mean, like tremendously, to go from the welfare girl who really just felt like easily dismissed and abused to a woman who runs a global company that went from 0 to 500K in 2 years. The amount of change that needed to happen was astonishing. However, it didn't really feel like that. It sort of just felt like I was shifting 1% a day because that's really what was happening. That just compounds on itself. So what I did was I sat down for a few hours. I enlisted some of the people that were in my life. Like, hey, do you remember the moments when I was falling apart and the concepts that I learned and the things that I got really excited about? And I sat there and I really I went through this and I dug deep and was like, what was every single thing that I learned, a resource or a concept or a belief or a boundary or a way to show up and do things, a way to be in my life where I created the kind of results that I created. And I created a 30-day program where I went one at a time, knee deep, neck deep, head deep into the things that I learned. So it's literally one of the most transformative things that I've ever created, because it was like literally all the stuff that I spent multiple six figures on learning these kind of things and implemented them in my life and cried and sweat and bled and sat on my kitchen floor and cried and like just my way through this. That's what it was like. It was like my nervous system was just constantly on the fritz because I was growing, expanding so fast. So they're not just things that I've heard, they're things that I've implemented and come out on the other side and become an expert in. Like I've lived it, I've tried and trued it, I've been on the other side and I know it in my soul and in my core. Good morning, Pam. Thanks for saying hi to me. Right? So what I did was I broke this down into a 30-day program. We have live trainings, we have workbooks, I have audios, like basically whatever I felt like would support people the most, or if it's something that they needed to rehear over and over, I would have done an audio. If it's something I knew that they had to work out themselves, I would have done a workbook. And then there's a whole bunch of live trainings, some of them an hour, and it's just power packed. I mean, like I get right to it and I just give you the maximum amount of value. Also in the group, they had feedback and they had questions. So there was Q&As that I answered, a lot of stuff like that. Here's what happened. What happened was, yes, Pam, it is amazing. I'm not going to lie. What happened was the energy and the environment of this, it wasn't just the things that I handed down, like all these amazing things that I learned from my experiences, from the brave action I took. Sure, some of it was me. Some of it was the action I took and the results I got on the other side. But a lot of it was these other incredible people who were just handing down these things to me and watching me show up so bravely and just feeding me more and more and more so that I could understand how to view the world and view the business and view what's available for me as a happy and wealthy human being versus I'm just this, trashy welfare girl that is never going to amount to anything and just screws everything up, right? Massive transformation. However, it wasn't just that. It was also the group of people were these powerful, incredible people who were willing to be vulnerable, who were willing to let their shit be seen, who were willing to show up, who were willing to start challenging some of the beliefs they had, and who were willing to support and be in it and be present with each other. This was a massive part of it. It's a safe, powerful environment. I create a container where you are allowed to be who you are, fully expressed who you are. Every challenge, every belief that comes up. We talked about racism. We talked about sexual abuse and traumas. I mean, it just didn't matter. We talked about people having the most expansive, huge, ginormous vision and dream that everyone else around goes, you can't do that. Like, you don't have the money for that. You don't have the education for that. You don't have the experience for that. Like all of these these crappy things that people will say to them, right? And like how to navigate that stuff. What do you do when you're outgrowing everybody around you? How do you deal with the money? Like, so if I'm receiving lots of money, but it's all just disappearing, like, how do I do that? What do I do to begin generate? Like, I mean, we just covered everything. Okay. You're the real deal. Love how much work you have put into transformation. Thanks, Cecilia. Thanks. That means so much. Okay, so this is what I did. because this changed so many lives, and nothing matters to me more. I mean, it is my purpose and intention to impact lives. And ever since I was a little kid, if I learned something or I heard something, I would just run and tell everybody, to their annoyance, right? To their chagrin. I would tell everybody about this new thing that I learned, or this incredible book, or this story, or this experience, or this thing. And nobody would really listen when I was a kid, but it was just in my nature, and I never stopped. I never stopped because people ignored me, or they were broken and they couldn't hear me, or they didn't have the attention span or the love to give to me, or they weren't wanting to grow or have those experiences themselves. Whatever it was, it's just in my nature to do this. This is sort of how I am. So what I did was I took $1,000 program. We sold it at a massive discount for $500. And now I'm literally giving it away for $97. All 30 days of the most powerful things that I've learned from investing multiple six figures that I watched transform people's lives, we're giving it away for $97. I was going to do it for free, and then I realized that doesn't serve you. That's not okay. You're worth the investment. It's so amazing for you to practice like exchanging value for something, because you're going to hold it to a higher standard. And I want you to recognize that this is okay. I priced at $1,000 knowing that was crazy cheap. 30 days of full-blown the best I have to every massive concept that changed my life into being wealthy and happy, like actually happy in my life, like a happy human being, and able to receive and have tons and tons of overflow of finances. And not just finances, it's having love, it's having experiences that I want to have. It's real, it's true wealth, it's spiritual wealth, it's joy, it's happiness, it's money, it's all of the things. And I'm literally like already had made it cheap at $1,000. And so when you guys jump into this program, I want you to see this as a program that is this is like I could easily sell this for $5,000. Easily for anyone who understands the level of value here would pay that in 2 seconds. And I'm giving this for $97. Now here's my ask, okay? I'm going to tell you how to get that. I'm going to do it the way I always do, because this is how we reach the most amount of people. And I want this to get in. I believe that everybody on the planet deserves to have this as a foundation. Like, this should be taught in school. This should be taught in homes. Every parent needs to know these concepts. I mean, you just deserve and should have always had these concepts, which is why I'm doing this giveaway. Because in my heart, I believe that maybe we didn't have parents who knew how to teach us these things. We definitely didn't have schools that taught us these things. And maybe we aren't surrounded by other like really exceptional, abundant mindset human beings who know and get your value and your worth and can speak to that and call that out in you, and to start challenging and frictioning and rubbing against these things that have been holding you back and these blocks that are in your way for you to show up and bring your gifts to the world. Okay, so because I just intrinsically want every human being to have this in their hands, I'm going to do this in a way that reaches the maximum amount of people. And my ask is for you guys to help me let people know about this. Help me to let them know that they get to have this level of value. That's it. I just want everybody to be able to have this. I want everybody to study these concepts, and I want everybody to have the massive level of transformation that I've watched all of my clients have when they start implementing these concepts, just like I did when I learned them. Same thing. I learned them and my life completely transformed. And I really want everyone to be able to have this. Yes. Oh my God. I'm glad you guys are as excited as me. Okay. So here's how it works. I designed this specifically. This is going to take a lot. Like I'm not just giving something away that's pre-recorded and then leaving it because it's too sacred to me. This is why I'm born. This is why I'm here. And I'm in this with you guys. So not only am I giving it away for $97, but I'm actually creating a private group just for the people who do this program. This is going to be an ongoing program. So the people that have done it and the people that are feeling a little bit seasoned, you're going to hear the new people. You know what? It's so valuable because when the new people come in the group and they're starting to go back on day 1, day 2, day 3, you'll get refreshers and you'll start to see like, I remember when I believed like them. I remember when that was confusing, but now it's not confusing anymore. Like now I'm on the other side of that, and you become the expert, you become the leader, you become the teacher of these things. And just like AA and other concepts like this, when you start to begin to teach these concepts yourself, you root them in even deeper. These aren't things that I want to hold to myself. These are things that I want you guys to go out there, and I want you to let everybody else know, just because you're going to be just as excited as I was. Like, these are going to change your life. Your life is never going to be the same. You're going to be happier. You're going to be freer. You're going to feel more worthy. You're going to feel more powerful. You're going to feel more disciplined. Like, all of these things are going to come to you just like they did to me. And my intention is for it to just spread into the entire world like a plague. Like, I literally have a huge piece of paper, like we're reaching 100,000 people. That's what we're doing. We're reaching 100,000 people with this because everybody deserves to have these concepts. So the way that I'm doing it is this. tag 5 people. I wanted to do 10, but I was like, oh, that's like, I don't even know if 10 names can light up. But seriously, just tag as many people as you can think of that would love to be blessed with literally hundreds of thousands of dollars of worth of concepts and wealth information and joy and success, knowledge-based concepts and experiences handed down to them like this. Like, please be generous. Please, you do not have to be a coach. You do not have to own a business. You can be any age. I mean, this is just true. This is for anybody who just is looking to have more, like the people that understand that it is the mindset that drives your life, that it is the concepts and the standards in your life and the boundaries and the belief in your worth and in your being. So anybody who you feel like this might serve, I would love for you to tag them. I would love for you to share this video on your page. You can tag me in the thing if you want to, or you cannot. But the more you share it, the more we'll be able to reach more people. And then you will get a private link to join, to sign up. You'll have the private link. And when you get the private link, this is what's going to happen. I went all out for you guys. You have every bell and whistle, okay? Yes, it's a crazy steal because this is not about making money. I'm not going to make any money on this because I'm going to give my time in the group with you guys as well. I'm going to be in there and present with you, creating that safe container for you guys for expansion and growth. This is literally just my love back to the community. And you know, I have the Diamond Mastermind. I have the Millionaire Mind membership. I have programs, and I'll let the people in there know. And those people who step forward and move forward and continue to go up the ladder with us, that will end up, you know, expanding my business. Plus new people, this will reach new people that some of my stuff will resonate with them. So of course it all comes back full circle, but this group is not a money-making group for me whatsoever. This is sheer, I believe, like I'm here to hand down the stuff that I was blessed to receive. And I want everybody to have this as well. So you tag your people below. You can share on, if that feels good to you, share on your personal profile so that other people can see this too, and your tribe can get the love as well. And then here's how it's going to work. You will get an email, so you'll get the private link. My team will do that probably once or twice a day. They'll pop on and yep, you can just tag right here below, right on this feed. Because when you tag them, then your friends will all see this video as well, and then they'll have an opportunity to hop in on this as well. I can imagine that nobody's going to pass up on this. This is just amazing. I've never seen anything like this, and I feel so blessed and so great. Honestly, it took a lot of maturity for me to wait and be patient enough to do stuff like this so that my business was strong and I was strong and I was at a stable, strong place in a state of overflow so that I could actually finally give back on a level like this. So this is such an honor for me, honestly. Like I'm so excited to be able to do this for you guys. You have no idea. It feels like a dream come true. It feels like a blessing. I mean, you guys know, like we all just want to help people and serve the world. So I teach my clients all the time, like, yeah, but first you got to mature enough to be patient and build a strong business and build a strong life and a strong foundation for yourself so that you're in a state of overflow. So when you're reaching down, you're a really strong hand. You're not frazzled and you're not, you know, anyway, I digress. So here's how it's going to work. You will tag your people, you share it on your profile. My team will send you a private link. You'll get a private link from us. So you opt in. You make your $97 payment, you opt in, you'll get training number 1 right away. You'll get an email that welcomes you, that has training number 1 right on it. And here's the deal. It'll have a link to join the private Facebook group. You want to be in the private Facebook group. I'm going to be in there answering questions. I'm just going to be loving on you guys so big. And a big part of why the massive transformation happened was because we did it together. We weren't off by ourselves, like, look at me, I'm going to isolate and I'm going to live my life all by myself and I'm just going to listen to the trainings. If you really want to do that and that feels good, of course you get to do what feels good. But I really recommend being in the private Facebook group, doing life with other people who are showing up to this level. It's a really powerful space. So you'll get the email, you'll get training day number 1, and you'll get a link to the private Facebook group. And then every day you're going to get an email for the next day. So you'll get it in your email. You'll also get directions in email number 1, how to join the membership area. Yes, I gave you guys the membership area, the Facebook group. This is just like one of my high-end paid programs. I literally held nothing back for you guys, okay? So then you're going to, you'll have access to the membership area. If you'd like to log in and create a login for the membership area, you'll have that. Any programs you decide to purchase in the future will also be housed in your membership area. So it's all together, all organized for you. And then every single day, it'll be dropped into the membership area as well. And you'll have all 30 days content right there organized in your membership area. It'll also be in your email, whichever way that you like to do it. That is it. Am I forgetting to tell you guys anything? You'll get the emails every single day. You'll get the membership area if you like to access that. You get the private Facebook group that I'll be in there with you guys. Tag your people below right here in this feed, share on your timeline. I think that's everything. Ooh, we got people already tagging. Yay. Does the info stay open after that time period? Oh, no. Yeah, no. This is going on indefinitely. This is like literally, I would love to reach hundreds of thousands of people and have them all just be able to have this content and have this, really just stumble through the way I did. Just having these incredible people who gave these gifts to me, who taught me these things, who were patient and kind and loving with me, and who let me freak out and do all the things that I need to do to stumble my way through and have all the expansion and all the results on the other side to where I have this incredible life. The other day I was frolicking. I was with a friend of mine and I was frolicking down on Siesta Key, like a boulevard, or I don't remember what they call it, strip. They call it a strip, Siesta Key strip. And I was just skipping like, I love my life. My life is so insanely ridiculous. And of course I have tension and pressure on me. And of course it's like, there's a lot of stuff going on and things that I get my ass kicked around, but I love my life so, like, I just can't even believe my life is like this. And when you're so joyful like this and you just have like so much love and so much appreciation, you just want to give it to everybody. You want everybody to have it, right? Is it like a daily task and information? So it is like, it's different. I literally took like, oh, I remember when I learned this. I remember when I learned that. I remember when I learned that. This changed my life. This helped me understand this. And this gave me the freedom for this. And this helped me to show up and make tons of money. And I literally took those concepts and I just taught the concepts. And I taught you guys literally what I learned and what the experiences was and how I got the result on the other side. It's literally the most powerful stuff I could hand down, right? Like for the first entire year of that transformation of my life, maybe the first year and a half, I don't really know where the cutoff was. I just went through, I literally thought about day one from the first transformation that I ever went and started listing in order the things that I learned, the profound things that changed my life, and how and why they changed my life and how I backed them up. And I just listed them out, all 30 and all 30 and all 30, right? And so, of course, there was a whole bunch that I learned after that, and it just kept going, and it still continues to this day to keep going. Every level that I reached, right? Like once when I was like, once I was made $500,000 a year, it was like a new life and a new business and a new human being and a whole new set of concepts and everything. So I literally just went through and did every single powerful thing that had, and some of them you may have heard before, some of them you will never have heard before. Some of them might challenge you and trigger you, and some of them might just feel like complete oxygen and you'll instantly upload. The thing that happens is when you come in my energy, just like the same thing that happens for me, us human beings, we get around someone else that's more successful or that's gotten the results that we want or has the kind of energy that we want, like maybe just the happiness and the joy or the actual physical just energy, like, well, they have a lot of energy all the time, or they're always having these creative, inspired ideas, or look at the money results, or look at the life results, or the love results, whatever it is, right? When we get in their energy, we begin to calibrate to their way of being. We calibrate to them. We will shift and expand. That's why we always sing, like, if you have 5 broke friends, you're going to be the 6th, right? Like, that's how it is. Like, you will calibrate to other people's human beings. And it's really important, really, really important for you to be saturated and surrounded by other people who are success-minded, who are open and expansive and ready to start challenging some of the ways they believe, because it can be hard. It can be a little bit scary when you believe something and then something challenges it. Sometimes you get that little bit like crazy feeling, like, am I crazy? Like, I believed this whole time. There's a part of us that doesn't want to try on a new belief. There's a part of us that doesn't want to challenge that part of ourselves. Or, the group that's coming up right now is the Awakened CEO. That prep just started for that. The prep that I put in the group was basically like how, in what way are you out of integrity with yourself right now? Like, in what way are you pretending that something is the way that it's not, right? Like, it's just a way of showing up on the planet that will change the planet. Like, you become a human being who shows up in a way that contributes to the world being the way that you believe that it can be. But it begins by embodying that. And in order to embody that, we have to have beliefs that back that up, right? So this is our belief system. This is what my instincts are born out of. And then my instincts will change the behavior that I have. And then the behavior that I show up as will create the results that I have in my life. And up until now, sister, brother, you've been showing up in a way that's created the results that you have. The way that you believe right now, the way that you show up right now is creating the finances you have, is creating the feelings that you have day to day. What's your emotional home base? Are you happy? Are you stressed? Are you overflow in joy? Are you grateful? Are you celebrating? Or are you skipping a bunch of things? Are you chaotic? Are you impulsive? You know, like, do you have clear, decisive energy? Or do you feel like you're confused and not really sure what to do a lot, right? Like, this is all born out of just our belief systems. And a lot of that comes from trauma. So it's not something to judge yourself for, but it is something to challenge and outgrow, right? Up until now, the way that you've been showing up is creating the kind of relationships that you have. Up until now, the way that you've been showing up and the way that you believe creates the experience of life that you have as a whole. So the most important work that we could ever do is to start seeing what's going on the inside. What are the leftover things that never got healed? What are the leftover stories and beliefs that other people put on you that you sort of intrinsically took in? Maybe you've never challenged them, or maybe you have been challenging them, but you haven't really heard what it takes to get on the other side. My gift, I've heard it and I've just learned to accept this. This is my gift. I hear feedback on this all the time, almost daily. People are saying, I've heard that 100 times, but until you explained it, Mandy, I didn't really get it. But all of a sudden when you explained it, it like opened up. And that's going to be true for you with your people as well, with your children, with your family, with your loved ones, with your clients, with whoever it is in your life. They can only learn from you. They can only hear your voice. There's a way that you say it. There's through the experiences and the filter that you have, the way that you explain it, all of a sudden you awaken that human being in front of you, and you bring them to life, and you activate a part of them that wasn't activated prior to you. And that's your goal in the world, is to become a human being who's activating the best in other people. And so all of that is wrapped up in what I'm teaching. Like it's 30 days of the things that contribute to that. It's the concepts and the beliefs and the challenges and some of them just to this day, some of them I'm like, it's still every single day is changing my life. Some of the concepts I taught to this very day are still changing my life every single day. And the most amazing part about the way I've designed this is you're going to get refreshers of this. You're going to get to hear it again. You're going to get to hear the new people coming in with their energy and applying it. And it's like maybe some things you'll apply for a little while and then you sort of forget, and like you get to come back to it. And that's why I designed it this way. And that's why I'm saying, please make sure that you get into the Facebook group, because that's where you're going to hear that refresher over and over. This is the fundamentals, right? Like any human being who wants to be excellent at something has to have powerful fundamentals that contribute to that. So like an athlete, right? Like what do athletes do? They're taking 100 shots, 100 free throw shots at the end of the night, 100 free throw shots, 100 every day, 100 free throw shots, 100 free throw shots. Like you wouldn't think that that's what it takes to be a professional athlete, but that's what it takes to be a professional athlete. It's the fundamentals. It's doing the things without, like, you just don't even have to think about it. Your whole body, your DNA, your muscle memory, everything is just backing the thing that gets you the result that you want to. So it begins with having that really strong foundation, and then just repetition of the foundational things that'll bring you massive wealth and bring you massive success in all areas of your life. And you just get to keep applying it. And every day you'll see a new level and a new way that you get to apply this new concept. And that's when you watch people and you're like, how did they transform so fast? Everyone thinks like, I want to know how they did it, but this is how they do it. Ask anyone. I'm telling you, the fact that I'm not making a sale right now, like $97 for this is basically giving it away for free. And most people will understand that, even though I get that for some people, $97 is still going to be something that they they're going to second guess, like, is this worth the $97? I don't know. $97 to change your whole life, wealth, happiness, joy, etc. Yeah, I'm thinking it's worth it, right? This is basically a massive giveaway. So, even though that for most people doing that, it's about understanding and recognizing the concept of when I change what's going on in the inside, my foundational beliefs, when I have strong instincts, those instincts will back up the behaviors that will create the whole entire change in your whole life, right? Does this make sense? This is just the way it is. So I understand intrinsically always invest heavily in the things that will change who I'm being, what I believe, to start challenging the way things are. And it's true. You'll get a little bit complacent and you'll draw away, and then all of a sudden you recognize and come back to it. And every new level that I hit, like, okay, 7-figure Mandy, how am I applying the same concept that the, $3,000 a month Mandy is now, $80K a month Mandy, and the same exact principle and concept is showing up at another level, and it's the same thing, and you're like, damn, I thought I outgrew that. You did. You're just applying it now to a whole new level. And so when you watch those people, like, how did they expand so fast? Ask any human being. And sometimes it's hard to trust them because they're selling something. That was my point. So now that this is a giveaway, I want you to recognize, like, I'm not trying to sell you something. $97, I'm going to lose money on this. less. I'm literally, between the time that I'm spending with this and what I'm charging for it, I'm gonna lose money for this specifically right here. So maybe you can hear my voice. Maybe you can trust me when I tell you. It's not about the how. Trust everybody that's saying that to you ahead of you. Like, if you can just hear this for a second, it's about who you're being. It's about who am I being? What are my beliefs? What's going on internally? What is my subconscious? It's 95% of your actions are born out of your subconscious behavior and your subconscious beliefs. That's what we're attending to. We're attending to your subconscious beliefs. And of course that turns into action. And of course I cover the actions. But if I covered the actions without attending to the 95% of your brain and what it operates out of, that would be kind of silly and you're not going to get the kind of results. So the reason when you go on the page, when you get the private link and you go on the sales page, you see all of these testimonials and all of this massive change. I got my first client. I booked out my practice. I made 10K. Like they got massive tangible results when I wasn't teaching them. I was not teaching them how to go get clients. I was not teaching them how to go do any of these things. But because we started removing the roadblocks that were in their way, they started to do all of the things they already knew to do. Their energy changed. They become magnetic. They start opening up space for something new. They start setting the boundaries, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys will learn in the program, right? And so they got massive results. And that's just how it works. That is how it works. Had I run a program teaching you all of the hows, which I do sometimes because we do need to learn the hows. So I trust on some level that my clients are doing this kind of work and I do teach them the how, but people get way bigger results when they just do the actual intrinsic kind of what's my foundation, when I'm squeezed, what's coming out. Right? Like when the pressure's on, when I'm feeling like tension between me and that big vision and that big dream I have, what is it that comes out in that moment? Okay, so I know somebody's going to ask. Yes, the Awaken CEO is a 10-day program. The investment is $1,444. Basically, that is for people who are feeling like they have a really big vision and a really big dream, but they're not backing that big vision and big dream. Literally like global CEO level. The doors close tomorrow on that. Just PM me if you're interested in that. I'll send you the information. The Diamond Mastermind, for people that are curious, is my highest level mastermind. Oh, Danielle's on here. She's in my Diamond. She's one of my Diamond girls. It's the highest level. You have access to me. You get one-on-ones with me. We have a private group. We meet up around the world 3 times a year. So that's the Diamond Mastermind. If you're interested in that, just let me know. And then we have the Millionaire Mind membership. That is the house of why. It's just massive amounts of content all organized in a huge library. That's on my website. If you're interested in that, you can just let the team know. They'll send you the information on that. We have everything, like how to do anything that you could ever possibly want in order to build your business is in there. And if it's not, then you just make a request and we create it for you because my whole team creates content for you as well. That is everything. I'm trying to think of questions that normally come in. I think that is everything. Yeah, people reach out to me now about every 2 days. I'm way more magnetic now, not bragging. That's just a real shift. Danielle, showing up and do the work, sister. It really is. You guys do this work and you're going to see massive tangible results happening in your life. Plus you're going to be friggin' happy. Happy, like actually happy, like joy, like skipping down the street, weird. People are going to look at me and people will make negative comments because they can't handle the level of joy, like that kind of happy. And we just absorb and we just send them a bunch of love and we just continue being more and more and more happy. Oh, and yes, sorry, I did forget one part. So what I did was, because it was such a powerful container and people wanted to stay together and continue doing this work, is I created the Happy and Wealthy experience, which when you do this program, if you feel like you want a closer, smaller group of people where we're doing the same level work, and I've continued teaching the concepts, like I'm just teaching more and more concepts. I'm teaching some tangible how stuff in there. The girls have requests in there. So that is a private group that is $997 a month. So if you like the 30-day program and you want to continue doing this kind of work, you're not really ready maybe for the Diamond Mastermind or something like that, and you're wanting this month-to-month way that you can stay in this close group, I answer every single post in the group. Like I'm literally in there. I'm giving feedback on every single thing. So that's an option for you. If you would like to extend into that, if you want to just jump right into that, also you can let my team know and you can jump right into that as well. That's completely up to you. Happy, yay. Good morning, Morgan. I know I missed a lot of comments on here. Totally worth it. Let it go and slingshot forward. Yes, Danielle. Yay, Shannon's already tagging. We collaborate with each other as a human being, and it's very important and energetic. Yes, that honestly has been deeply challenging, owning it 100%. So much growth when you change the room you're in. Yeah. Get in the room. This is my saying to myself. This is what I said to Mandy, get in the room, get in the room. So when I start trying to play small or like easing off or backing up or letting the pressure come off of me and just like sort of maybe frolicking a little bit too much, get your ass in the room, Mandy, get in the room. If I tagged you here, it means I love you, I trust you, and want you to have the support experience in this tribe. Yes, share the love, share the love. Awesome, Samantha. Okay, so my team will get to you, yes, when you're in that high vibe state. It's the best, isn't it? Is there any one-on-one or help support for questions freaking out in the moments? Yes, Pam. So in the bigger group, I will be in there here and there. I will definitely be giving feedback. What happens is I actually usually have my team track the questions and the stuff that comes in, and then I'll pop on for a live and I'll pop in for trainings. However, if you want that level of one-on-one support, that is the Happy and Wealthy experience where I'm literally in there with you the whole entire, like I'm tracking with every human being that's in that group. I know where they're at, where they're going. I'm seeing the questions they have popping up, and then, you know, I'm addressing them every single week. I do a new live training in that group. And that really is an incredibly amazing price for that group as well, because you're in there with my energy, right? Like the level of support in that group is pretty intense. So if you're looking for that, that would be the experience. Just let my team know that's what you're looking for, and they will send you the information for that. That one's $9.97 a month. You're welcome. Good morning, Tim. How are you? Val, another one of my diamonds. Hey, girl. Hey. Tatiana, you're welcome. Okay. I love you guys so much. I honestly cannot wait to... I feel like I've arrived at a new level being able to do this for you guys. So I'm so grateful that you guys are here doing life with me. And I'm grateful to give you guys this opportunity. I'm excited to get to know the new people and get to see, you know, the new faces and get to learn you guys. And I cannot wait to begin. It starts now. So the group is literally empty. This is the first time I'm announcing it. You'll get the private link. As soon as you join, you'll get put into the group, and the ball will get rolling over this next week. And you guys are more than welcome to dump everything that comes to you into this group and share. It is such a safe space. There's nothing you can't say. There's nothing that's wrong or unwarranted. Literally any and everything that could possibly come up for you, from just needing to be validated to ahas that you have, to you know, insights that come up for you, to brave action that you want to commit to and get some support behind. All of the things are more than welcome in this group. It's like literally like heart wide open. Like, this is the real me. We're doing real life together. This is the real shit. There's nothing you can't say or do. And I even teach you guys how to show up in a powerful way that way as well. It's one of the things that I learned from me, so that I could sort of share the stuff that was hard for me in a way that I didn't feel like was taking other people down or was in a negative way. And I even teach you guys that because that was really powerful for me. So now I feel like I can always get the support that I need all the time. I always know how to get the support that I need. That's a really powerful feeling. So I teach you guys that as well. Good morning, Ariel. Oh, what a beautiful name. I'm obsessed with that name. I was when I was a kid. I guess I still am. And Renee. I love those names. Okay, guys, that is all. I love you so much. I know I dropped a lot on you. If you have any questions, just post them below. Me and my team will be on it. I love you. I cannot wait to do this with you. I cannot wait to see the massive transformation and change that comes just like it did for me. And I will see you guys in the group. Okay, I love you.